Alrighty, the last we left off. The rest of you ventured towards Northlook Stables to confront Sefik, Quincy having already started the groundwork of his master plan by stealing some things back from Torrga's caravan. You then rejoined with the group before the confrontation. During the quick battle with Sefik, Bran made a brutal betrayal and joined the fray, almost killing Whimsy with multiple rapid attacks. In the end, however, our heroes prevailed. Upon heading off to meet and discuss the recent developments with Speaker Duvessa Shane, Quincy and Barron realized they were being tailed and hunted down the thug, while the rest of you told Duvessa of the events that unfolded. We resumed the session with Barron and Quincy, returning to the Speaker's house, with the unconscious thug who had just agreed to confess everything. Making your way and stepping back in front of the house, you can hear the party inside walking towards the door. And as you both kind of meet the door at the same time, the door opens, and as the party goes to leave, there's Quincy and Barron, now with an unconscious addition to their group.
I'm not taking this one in.
Where did you guys get that? Who is he?
You'll be amazed what you can get at the market.
You didn't buy a person, Quincy, did you?
No, market's closed anyway. It's way too late to go get
Is
a person.
Duvessa there?
Yeah, Duvessa's here.
No, I mean, like, is she with the group right now, or is she...
If she heard too much conversation going on out front, she would probably come back out from her daughter's room after basically leaving the group. She hears conversation with the door open, and she steps out. If you're gonna continue talking, either do it outside or inside. We're not heeding the outside.
They brought somebody.
I've got a present for you.
We were tailed on our way over here. Sorry that we were called away. I trust my companions filled you in on everything that's been going on.
Baron, I know you've been here for a long time, so I'm surprised you don't know. Tailing someone isn't illegal. There's no illegal action done with just the simple following of someone.
Right.
I've managed to convince this man he is going to confess everything this little group have been doing, and as a cheeky bonus, he knows which ones of your guards are on the take.
You've managed to convince him?
Master
She looks at
Quincy
the unconscious lump. I don't know what you expect me to do with this in this hour of the night.
Well, I can't give him to the guards because I don't know which ones would just kill him because they're
We'll
on their
hold
take.
him, we'll hold him. We have that, the room with the reserve. Mr. Quincy.
Yeah.
That room hasn't really held
The
anybody.
room with the reserve. You know?
I know what you mean,
Oh,
but so do they. Someone's already been killed in that room.
Look,
not while I was watching it.
give me a moment to put on my outside clothes. I'll accompany you to a private holding cell we have just a few blocks away.
While she's getting dressed, I'm gonna slap the guy, wake him.
As you slap him awake, you just see this look of confusion across his face, being now inside in a stranger's home. But he Doesn't say anything.
Sorry about my friend. He's a little. Yeah.
I was trying to do you a favor. You'd probably get better sleep.
I sleep just fine, actually.
Even when there's a band of thieves out for your murder. You never know who could be holding the knife.
Look, just... I don't know what your plans are. I know you want me to confess, but... Let's get this over with. I mean, just... There's no need for violence. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm clearly outnumbered. I'm outskilled. I don't have any
Do you
backup
need any
coming anytime
healing?
soon.
Or
And
prayer?
as you say prayer, he scoffs. The gods can't save me where I'm headed.
You don't know that. Gods can do wonderful, miraculous things.
Kind of rolling his eyes, and you're still young. Duvessa eventually comes back out and... Oh, you woke him. Okay, Are you sure he's not gonna scream or call for backup on our way over? That would be quite...
Dangerous.
What was that? I'm sorry?
Dangerous for him.
And she looks at your captive. You're not gonna scream or anything, are you? Alert others? No, ma'am. I'll come quietly. All right then. Let's head out. And as she steps out, she does take the additional time to go about a procedure of locking her door to make sure that it's safe for her child inside, given that there's no other adult figure in the home while she's gone. Walking through the cold, dark night. Again, what you can only assume is to be night because everything's shut down. It's as dark as it was when you woke this morning. Eventually, a few blocks over, come to a building that's just offset from the town hall. She unlocks the door. You see her pull out this massive key ring. Unlocks the door, steps inside, dimly lit. See kind of straw beds, very disheveled in probably about 4 cells, all currently at the moment unoccupied. There's no guard at this facility that you can see. She walks him over and puts him in the cell. It's warm enough inside. You don't see a fire outside of the torchlight that's, or the lamplight that is keeping the room lit. But it is still warm inside.
How's it so warm in here?
If you give me a perception check. Okay. You don't notice it right away, but the heat's coming from below. We run a more complex system in the town hall, and some of the heat travels underneath of this building. As she locks the cell,
Very nifty.
She locks the cell. I'm the only one with the keys to this building. We don't have any guards. These are for people that I want to keep locked away. There's no markings or anything on the outside of the doors that even state what this is. You should be secure. Tomorrow, myself and Sheriff Markham will take him in for questioning.
You may want to invite the priestess over at the Morning Lord Temple as well.
I'm sorry, why would I?
Sometimes priests and priestesses can see things that other mundane people can't with divine gifts.
That's an
It's a
interesting
resource
take.
that you should probably start using. Especially if you want to start getting the people on the side of the Morning Lord and away from this evil goddess.
How about you come back in the morning? And listen, as I told you before, I'm not one for religion or praying to gods.
That religion is what caused this in the first place.
And we see how that's turned out.
Right, but it's an evil goddess. You get a good goddess on your side, and you can fight fire with fire.
We'll see. I'll summon her. I don't know how much good she's going to be for just some common thug.
Well, sometimes they get divine gifts.
Alright. I really should be getting back to my sick daughter. And
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, it sounded like you said 6 dogs, and I was like, that's great.
no, six daughter. I can't say it. Sick daughter.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Sorry, just one moment. I had a cat question.
She needs to get back to her 6 dogs.
That's better than a sick daughter, honestly.
Is it?
Or 6 daughters, that would be a nightmare.
Well, yeah, a sick daughter's like, sick and stuff. Ugh.
Maybe she's got a cold.
No, she had a curse. Do you not remember? Oh, you weren't there for that.
Yeah. She had
I
a
think
curse.
we saved her. She's not sick anymore.
Oh, yes.
Gat, as for your question, the notebook didn't necessarily have a name.
Oh,
it was
okay.
more like a journal.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
But it's not like something I can add to my inventory.
Oh no, it's
Okay.
It's from Tables Fables.
Okay.
A collection of tables for weary game masters of different items and random trinkets and
I'll
shit.
just throw it in there as a custom item so I don't forget.
Yeah. As she steps out into the night, waiting for all of you to leave, and then locks the door behind you, what do you do for your evening?
Thank you so much. Sorry for intruding on your time.
That's all part of the job. She continues trudging off. Hood up, pulled tight.
What time is it? And we're not back to the evening. What time is it? I might not know.
Yeah, it's just
Probably like
it's late.
midnight or
Yeah,
so.
probably around there.
Okay. I'm going to bed. I'm going back to the inn and going to bed.
Okay.
Do you need additional support, Whimsy? Are you okay?
I mean, I'll be fine.
We can all walk
Hopefully.
back together, and Mr. Quincy and I can keep our eyes out for any other conniving little knuckleheads.
I wanted to stay at the jail, the makeshift jail, the private jail.
Okay. Just to make sure nothing happened?
Yeah, I don't know if Duvessa would let me stay like inside or if I had to stay outside.
Inside, was there a section to like
For guards?
divide the two, or it's just a one room?
No, there were cells, individual
Okay.
cells. There were 4 individual cells that were inside. Like, think about when you walk in, there's just a cell in each corner with like a cross for a walkway with some random things strewn about there, supplies to give to the inmates or something like that as they come to check on them once a day or so.
Okay. Yeah, I would have liked to have stayed there.
Oh, I would have done that as well then.
She wouldn't have let you.
Oh.
This is a room that she alone has access to, only her keys, and any potential compromise for you to have to leave for whatever reason during the night wouldn't have been something that she would have been willing to take.
Okay. Once we left her sight line,
Mhm.
I'd like to attempt to break in.
Okay. All right. What means would you like to use to attempt to break in?
I
don't believe you're proficient in like thieves' tools or anything like that.
No, I
right?
would do probably something more crafty. Maybe check for cracks in windows.
This is
under the door.
This is a completely solid building. The sides halfway with snow and ice long. It's completely unidentified. The only entrance in is the door. Now, as far as the cracks under the door, what would be?
I like wild shape.
Oh.
Yeah.
An ant.
Spider.
A spider,
gnat.
Yeah.
You can't have flying yet.
I would,
Too low
if
level.
you wanted to wild shape into a spider, I would absolutely say that would be something that you could do.
Okay. Yeah, I will wild shape into a spider and crawl under the door.
How is that just without any communication to your group? They're all heading off and you just turn around and Spider Town and...
Yeah, I would have, done it sneakily.
Okay. Give me a stealth check to see whether or not you hide beforehand or how quickly you can wait until... does anybody have a passive perception above a 14?
I do not. No.
Nope.
Baron, you don't have a pass. Nobody has. I need to write that down.
Wow.
That is really good for me to know.
Yeah. Mine is
Yeah,
mine
I
is
think-
much higher than that.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
well,
wondering. I felt like there was somebody that had it.
Yeah.
Wisdom-based character. If I had been cleric instead of sorcerer, then yeah, I probably
Yeah.
would too. But yeah. So you've got blood on your
did
cloak,
Gath
Whimsy.
spot
Should I
himself?
get that off for you? Let me get that off for you, and I'll say a quick presentation. The blood off of your clothes.
Me?
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's been a long day.
Yeah, you took a couple solid hits there, didn't you?
We'll get back to the comfort and
Less
you can have
that.
some fire whiskey.
Or the source.
Oh wait, don't you have some fire whiskey on you now, Mr. Whimsy?
Yeah, I do. I'm,
As you guys are walking back,
not
kind of
particularly
having.
in the mood for alcohol at the moment. It's more of a celebration thing in my mind.
Sorry, John.
No, you're fine. I was letting him finish. As you guys are walking back, talking amongst yourselves, licking your wounds, and Gat waiting for the perfect opportunity with your backs turned, transforms into a spider and slides underneath the door. Coming back in, it is still a dimly lit room. What do you do?
Does the guy? No, I assume he notices me.
As a spider?
No, I would have
Immediately
slid under and popped right back out. Yeah.
As already kind of, because it is late, already taking to the pile of straw, laying there, eyes half closed, you pop back into existence in front of him. He startles, looks around, looks at the door, and realizes that it is still shut. What are you doing here?
I've come to spend the night with you.
What's your charisma score?
Pretty low.
Okay.
Nah, man, I don't swing that way.
No, I mean, he doesn't
Turtles
even...
don't do that for me.
We might have
butcher of the
minds in the
turtles,
gutter,
we-
but I think in this moment it's more of a startled, like he's not thinking about that. For what purpose? I mean, you heard Duvessa. There's no other doors or entries, or she's the only one that even has the key. I'm clearly just laying down, not trying to put up a fight. What do you want from staying with me?
I'm not worried about you escaping, but we've already lost one person under our care. So
I
I'd
see.
like to make sure nothing happens to you.
I suppose that's a little more comforting. Well, I'm not gonna be a talker, so...
That's fine with me.
He lays there for a moment, eyes closed, and then what are you doing during this time?
I'd just kind of roll out my bedroll. I'd first like to kind of do like a once around the room and make sure there is no other entrances. Like do a real thorough investigation.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Trapdoors in the floor.
Yeah.
Investigate. Yeah.
Sarah, I'm gonna need you to knock that off with your yawning. It's not allowed. It's 10:30 a.m.
I have my coffee. I'm trying.
No, I'm kidding. Looking around the room, it is still relatively dimly lit, but you can't really see anything. The floorboards, they're not very well taken care of, to be honest, and the constant unleveling of the warped boards make it difficult to spot any sort of seams that could be used for any trapdoors.
Can I see any way to get into the basement? Because that's where the heat's coming from. I assume there's some sort of wood-burning stove or boiler down there.
Yeah, not from here. That's all part of the building next door.
But they're not combined buildings. They're separate.
Yeah, but the basement.
Yeah, but there's a tunnel of some sort.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I would just kind of lay my bedroll out in front of his cell door.
Okay.
And go to sleep.
What direction are you facing?
My back to the door.
Back to his cell door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it reach of him?
Yeah, keep in mind that these are 100% like bars, with
There you go.
arm's length worth of gap in between them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
To choke you in your sleep.
yeah, I mean, he can try.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have any
Um,
weapons on you? Any daggers?
No, but he could just go into his shell.
Yeah.
Is that how we
Sleep in
sleep?
yourself.
No.
Do that.
Well,
Yeah,
Well,
do-
presenting for him.
Yeah, no, before too long, he, checking over on him, you can see that he is unconscious sleeping. And you just go right to sleep too?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. The rest of you make it back to the inn without issue. I know you said you were checking for tails. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Whimsy's got a tail.
I don't have to check for it.
Oh my gosh, I didn't notice you there, Quincy. Your voice changed.
Cool.
Quincy, were you rolling a perception check too? There you go.
There it is. First
Waiting
Sorry,
for that
me.
at 20.
D&D Beyond was being a bit slow there. I was watching the dice fly past in very slow motion.
It happens. As you get back to the market, getting on the other side, a relatively short distance from the town hall, kind of peeking around, looking around to see if there's anybody tailing you, you notice now that Gat is no longer with you. Normally a relatively quiet person anyways. But you don't see him. As for anybody tailing you, the streets appear to be empty. And you're quite confident that through your scouring around of the area that you've checked any spot that people could be hiding, especially given the fact that you scouted this area out looking for hiding places before the event.
You know, Mr. Whimsy, I think the fire brandy is... You should be having some for a celebration because we had a pretty successful night, I think. And you
Baron?
should be happy you're still alive. I, for one, am looking forward to... Oh, wait, I've got some here right now. Take a swig.
Baron, do you think we made
Yeah.
a difference?
I'm gonna
What do you
head
mean?
straight to bed.
Okay.
Do you think that what we did tonight made a difference?
Made a difference. For...
The people?
Well, yeah, of course. Of course it made a difference. There's not a steely-eyed ice monster. Glad we don't have to talk about him in Sabotage anymore. You know, brought up from the bottom of a frozen lake, no heart or soul inside him, slaughtering people every full moon. That's all done and taken care of.
I
Do
mean,
you
the
think the
town
dust
still
is gonna
sucks.
stop the rituals? You went to bed, Whimsy.
I went to bed. Sorry.
Well, aren't we still? We're still walking back, and Quincy noticed that Gat wasn't around anymore. So I'm waiting for
For him to chime in.
Shit,
Well, I mean, whether or not he would even say anything.
I guess that's true. I feel like at some point we would notice, though. I mean, I guess
Both
it's
Quincy
dark
and Gat are gone.
Yeah, potentially. It appears that he fully disconnected, though.
He's having
No.
some internet problems, it sounds like.
Yeah. Take a quick potty break. I think, I mean, it's gonna suck if he comes back and says, I wasn't gonna say anything, I was just gonna let Gat be gone. But if you find out that Gat's missing, it might lead to something else, and I'd hate to have to go back for it. So,
Okay.
yeah, go
So
ahead.
no,
and,
Quincy, you don't get to go to bed yet. Unless you ran off without us.
Okay.
Yeah, Whimsy.
Yeah, we'll,
Whimsy, Quincy, Gatsy.
Okay, BRB then.
Yep, BRB.
I'll get myself some water.
There he is. How you doing this morning?
Other than yawning too much, pretty okay.
Yeah, I struggled sleeping last night. I didn't go to bed till like 2:30 in the morning, and I was hating myself the entire time. Like, you know that time, like, you want to go to sleep, and you're laying in bed, and even when you, like, put your phone down and it's just laying on your nightstand, you swear you can hear it whisper to me, just be like, just one more TikTok video, just please one more. You can just, you're gonna find the gem.
Yeah,
what I do,
that was me last night too.
What I do when it's like I can't put my phone down, but I need to sleep, is I put on a like YouTube video of somebody either washing a carpet, detailing a car, or restoring art. All of them put me to sleep in like 15 minutes.
Nice.
That's smart.
It's like satisfying and relaxing.
That's good.
But yeah, the carpet cleaning videos, oh god, mwah, it's like you're invested because you're like, this is amazing, and then it's just like, I'm so bored.
Did you start on your ranger last night?
Me? No.
Yeah.
No.
I made my monk before I went to bed.
Oh, good work.
What are you guys talking about?
None your business.
Oh, okay.
My wife wants to try out DMing for 2 people. So I asked John if he wanted to seconds, because, you know,
Forever DM, yeah.
Yeah, a forever DM, and having a DM as a player is always nice for new DMs.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Cool.
So we're going to be. We heard a rumor about the Cave of Wonders.
Ooh.
So
From like Aladdin?
Yeah, from Aladdin. The Cave of Wonders from Aladdin. We're going there because we want money.
Maybe you'll find a genie.
Probably. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that's what the end boss is.
A djinn, nice.
Yeah, don't know for sure, but there's one in the Monster Manual, and she's been flipping through that. So,
well, if you
want to hear the end of that sentence, you're gonna have to wait.
Apparently. He's got a djinn mini.
A djinn mini?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you need
Unfortunately, that gives away the end boss, though. She can't ask for it.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
when, like, same way with you guys knowing certain things, and me being a terrible DM at times and giving away secrets before you're supposed to know things, right? I think good players to a certain extent know how to not metagame, even if they've just been given the information.
It's not like he can pick Genie as a favorite foe, right? That's not one of the options for favorite foe.
I mean, it's not based on specific monsters, it's based on monster subclasses. And so I think it's a monstrosity or an aberration or something like that. And then, so you could technically metagame that, but
I mean, yeah, still.
Is it a one shot or is it planning to be an ongoing?
No, it's just 1 or 2, I think he said.
Yeah. She might be going a little overboard on planning, so we'll see. But it should just be 1 or 2.
So
She's
on
new
Monday,
to this, though. Yeah.
On Monday, I got to run that one shot I was asking everyone about last week.
Yeah, I didn't even get invited.
I mean, you couldn't. You were at the concert.
No, this was Monday this week. In Andrew's other.
Oh.
Yeah, because
you wouldn't have been able to make it anyways. You're at work.
Why not?
You work on Mondays?
I have my laptop at work.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, it was at a different server, and it was kind of a last minute decision. So it was just like, okay, you're all here. We're running this thing. But it was interesting because what I did is I did random character generations, and they had to spend the entire time figuring out who and what they are.
How was it?
They said everyone said that they enjoyed it. So.
Yeah.
Didn't you have your tooth fixed today?
What?
Didn't you just have your tooth fixed today?
No. They told me I was too fucking broken.
What?
Okay.
What does that mean?
Long story short, the way that it works, they build like a they call it a surgical guide that sits in your, like, it attaches to your teeth, and then they just drill down through the guided hole. But because my surgical guide was made months ago, it no longer fit. Because I also just finished Invisalign, so my teeth had moved.
Oh.
So they
Yeah.
they re-scanned me and made me a new one.
That seems
Free
like
of charge.
Yeah, I
And
was
then
about
had
to
to
say that
reschedule you
seems like a
for 2
massive fucking
Thursdays.
oversight on their part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a pretty big oversight.
Let me message Cubone and see if he's restarting the computer.
He's in
He said
chat.
so. In chat, he said that he was restarting the computer. He said be back ASAP.
Yeah, but he just rejoined the chat as a non-video participant.
And then popped out again.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
All right.
He could always do it on his phone, I guess.
I was just gonna suggest that.
Do we always call him Cubone?
No, I just
No.
made that up right now.
Oh, I was gonna say I've never heard anybody call him Cubone before.
No, we always do that. I don't know what you're talking about.
That would be Marowak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Can't
You guys
connect
are
to the
on.
call?
Marijuana.
I don't. That's weird.
Can you hear us? Sometimes if you change like the server setting, it helps, but I don't know.
I can try. Yeah, he is on the other side of the fucking world.
Oh. He's a non-video. Oh. Gone again.
What's the connections? How do you do it? How do you?
I'm looking. I've never really had to do it, but I know that we did it before for the Australian players that we had.
Put another shrimp on the bobby.
Oh Lord.
Whoa, are they here now?
And he's showing his part of it, but
There's a reason I don't play any characters with any sort of voices.
maybe one of us could try to invite him to it. Maybe that'll work.
It might be in the server setting at the top. Instead of in your personal settings, it might be in like where it says JD3D&D. You click up there, there's some stuff. But you have more access up there than I do.
There it is. Server settings. Okay.
Maybe you could roll investigation.
Yeah, there's nothing up here. I know that there is something.
Well, Google's our friend.
I only use Bing.
Yeah, I use
geez.
Bing, but then I
Okay, so it says start by
Bing for
touching and
Google.
holding a specific voice channel you'd like to modify. Once in the channel settings, you tap region override selection.
My wife does that and it drives me nuts. She has Google Chrome.
Uh-huh.
She'll go up to the top and type in Google. I'm like, baby,
Yeah.
you just type in there and Google searches it. But she just can't grasp it.
Maybe she wants the she likes that front page with all of the articles. and
The
stuff.
animations, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
enjoy that.
I'm feeling lucky.
yeah.
I don't see this permission override thing.
Region override.
What'd you say it was? How to?
Region
There.
something.
Oh, well, that was just the first answer. It could be wrong. I don't know. I'm sending you this.
Touching and holding.
This one has a different way of doing it.
Channel settings.
We need him so he cannot tell us things that he figures out and does.
Which is, Quincy in a nutshell.
I know.
Oh, region override. There it is. Well, it's already automatic, and I don't know what else I would put it as.
You go put it like East Coast America, so it's closer to him.
US East, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Instead of
Could
US
try
West.
Whoa.
that.
Now I can't hear anybody.
You
Can't hear anybody?
Well, just Mr. Whimsy. Okay.
You can't hear us though, right?
I can hear you guys.
We hear you
I mean,
fine.
yeah, Quincy's not in here.
Whimsy.
Oh, Whimsy. Fuck, dude. Yeah, that definitely messes with the quality.
Yeah.
Like I can tell that Todd's mic immediately got like worse.
Well, yeah.
Joseph,
Yeah.
say something.
Hey, everybody.
No,
It's
maybe
me,
it's just on
Joseph.
Todd's. Maybe it's just on Todd's end.
Maybe just Todd's mic decided to fuck off.
Yeah,
Oh,
it might have been trying to.
Connect.
No, it might have been trying to filter out the crunch noise because like his.
We can hear you,
Whimsy.
Whimsy.
I
Yeah,
can hear
sorry.
you. Yeah, no, your microphone does a lot of those weird things where
Yeah.
it filters out that background noise, and sometimes your voice is deemed as background
Sometimes
noise.
it thinks I'm background noise.
True.
But you are a little bit blurrier, Johnny.
Oh no.
That's all
I
right.
mean, it's
All right.
It's
It
like you have an
sucks.
Instagram filter.
like I said, we would do that every once in a while when Discord was being touchy with the Australian players, and it did seem to help.
That, I mean, it makes sense. It's,
Yeah.
you know,
Johnny,
however
you've
many
cleared up.
miles closer. All right, we'll give him 5 more minutes, and then the show must go on.
Pretty much.
I mean, I could pull up Jackbox if you guys really don't want to play D&D anymore.
I mean, I'd like to keep playing D&D.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I'll have to be Quincy for the remainder of the day.
I know. I was being facetious because I know the answer.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with you.
Nothing.
Oh, we decided I didn't get to go to sleep, so I'll get to be involved with the conversation because we're not back yet.
Yeah. Well, unless you ran ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not
Gotta
run
go,
ahead.
guys. I gotta get to sleep.
With my half HP and literally none of my features.
Okay, John, put us back on East or West Coast.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe my internet sucks, but you guys are all blurry.
Maybe your eyes suddenly suck.
You think it's my eyes?
Yeah.
I should get my glasses.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where my glasses went. I think I took them to work. I don't know. I actually looked for them yesterday at work, so I'm not sure where they're at. I had an ergonomist come tell me the reasons my back was hurting. He was like, "Look at your fucking setup." He's like, "This desk and chair is built for someone 5.5 feet." And then he sent this big long order list to my manager, and my manager was like, "Yeah, I don't think so."
What is this? Is about your setup at work, or
Yeah. He was like, "Why do you need a $900 chair?" I was like, I don't know. The ergonomist told me.
I'd like a $900 chair.
Yeah. Work actually gave me this chair for when I was working.
And
at
I'd
home.
rather just have $900, but
I don't know. I sit enough that I think it would be money put to good use.
Yeah. The Reddit always tells people to see if you can buy like used steel cases or the Herman Miller chairs. That's like their BKM.
yeah.
This one, it's a lazy boy. It's pretty comfy.
Let's look at these Herman Miller chairs.
Oh.
Oh, that's like the chair I have.
No, yeah, they're supposed to be like the top of the line ergo setup chairs.
Do I have a Herman Miller chair and not even know it?
Oh.
I mean, if you did, I mean, you've got more money than fucking any of us. Just dropping $1,700 on a chair and just didn't even
I
realize
didn't
it.
buy this, but it kind of looks like the chairs that...
No, that's
Right?
a cheap
No?
knockoff.
It's
Yeah.
a knockoff, okay.
Yeah, the framing on this one, the support on the back, you can definitely tell. Same theory
what's
behind
different?
it all.
Yeah.
What could be so different? I mean, this is not like I have a bad chair.
No,
It's
you
still-
don't.
It's still pretty nice, yeah. Is a knockoff, and does a
No.
knockoff do...
No, I'll show you what the like part of the ergonomics. Like, yes, it has the breathability of that meth.
Mesh.
Are you
It has,
on meth, John?
it has the breathability of that mesh, but like look at the back support that you can see right here. Like this small fucking pad that gently rests up against the back of that mesh that fucking has like a lever that will move back with you, but still offer that support. You can even see the knob on the bottom of that for adjusting it up and down to position that right where you want it. Like.
I have a...
See
What does this thing
Quincy in
do?
the voice channel.
You want to know the problem with that one?
It's expensive as fuck.
Yeah, it's $1,600.
That's
You
why I
should get this
said.
chair. But it doesn't seem like it's any better than the
My
shitty ones.
knockoff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think your knockoff is a good chair, but I think these are
Should get that one.
Ain't
superior in
no
almost everywhere.
fucking way am I getting a goddamn kneeling chair.
Whoa.
No fucking way.
The only thing I'd want that for is if I had to blow like 50 dudes.
Well, we can arrange for that. Pay for the chair.
If you buy me that chair, Sarah, line them up.
That does not even look fucking comfortable.
Yeah, and it looks like those guys would have to be pretty tall for it to really work.
Yeah, especially how fucking tall you are.
They get a little step stool they step up on. Mr. Josh, you made it back.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he's on his phone. We can't hear him. Oh, okay, we heard him.
We do hear him now?
Yeah, he ended up connecting to his phone.
Hi. Can you hear us?
Okay.
Awesome. Good shit. Okay. Fuck. I forgot what we were doing.
We were saying if Quincy was gonna say anything about Gat missing, or if we were gonna continue our conversation on the way to the
Yes,
bar.
that's right. You wouldn't say anything?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Called it.
Why?
I mean, it's just
Because he's Quincy.
it's
I'm
rogue
not gonna say
rogue
anything and
things.
go and turn into a spider.
It's the
I'm not
road
gonna
code.
say anything about him being gone. It's
Yeah.
just no communication.
Did you guys see what Anderson posted in
Yeah, I saw it.
I respect his privacy. If he wants to sneak off, that's his business.
Yep.
Yeah, but might you not think like, oh, somebody took out Gat like when we weren't looking? Is he fallen in the snow beside us with an arrow in his back? Probably not, because he's a turtle and he has a shell that would protect him. But you know the gist of that.
No, Quincy doesn't care.
Yeah, why should I care?
Good work, Quincy. With that being
So-
said, you make it into the tavern with no word of anything. We could have been playing the whole time. Anyways, yeah, you made it. You made it into the tavern. What do you do?
Go to sleep.
Okay.
So I just am not thinking of Gat, I guess. Nothing I'd want to.
I mean,
It's kind
You
of
guys fucking
noticeable.
suck.
if you
Yeah,
guys,
we don't even notice he's gone.
if you guys like make any point at all to like stop and converse, I think it would be it would be easy to say that you would eventually notice that he's not there. Like on the
Okay.
walk, it's easy to know that he could just be trailing. I'm not looking back for him. But if you all stopped and had any sort of conversation in the hall, to say like, hey, we should wake up at this fucking time or something, then you would recognize that Gat's not there.
You
All right.
stop me and like stop me from walking off. I won't walk off. Otherwise,
I don't interact with Gat all that often, so I don't think I would.
All right, huddle around, team.
Oh,
We did
okay.
good work today. And tomorrow morning we're going to... We should probably escort Lady Duvessa over to the little shack she has our
She did
our
tell us
friend
to meet her at
hold
the
up
jail.
Right. And I think it would be best if we do right by her, seeing as how we intruded on her in her own home this evening, to be punctual about that. So, get your rest.
Oh, while you guys were off, Devas's daughter was ill, and we discovered that there was a piece of something. What was that? Whimsy, do you have that, or does Gat have? Oh, Gat?
Where is Mr. Gott?
I don't know.
He
I
slunk off
haven't
a
seen him
while
since the
ago.
jail.
He what now?
He disappeared a while ago. I assumed he was doing something, so I just left him to it.
You left Mr. Gott out there in the cold and the dark, without a place
Hey,
to stay.
He's a big boy. I'm sure he can take care of himself.
Maybe. He's a druid, but we're all new to this place. I don't know if he knows his way around. All right. Well, you can tell us about whatever you found tomorrow. I'm gonna go find Mr. Gott,
All right.
and I'm gonna go out and
Hold on.
retrace our steps. And
Hold on. And I'll just say a quick prayer and cast guidance on you.
Alrighty, the rest of you are
Then
going
I'm gonna go to
sleep.
bed.
Quincy, you going to sleep?
Yeah.
You going to sleep? Sario, you going to bed?
I'm gonna stay up a little while. I guess wait in case somebody's injured and might need my magic, or worry in the bar.
Okay. Alrighty, Baron. Go ahead and give me survival or...
Don't forget to add a D4.
do I get to choose, or it's just the first check I do after
First check.
guidance? I
I
forget.
think you get to choose within the next 10 minutes or something.
Whatever. 25.
Of its choice, yeah. So you can use it if you want.
Oh,
Choice.
I
Of course,
mean,
you cast it too, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
might have changed it out.
Oh.
It was a relatively quick walk, and even though there are winds that tend to cover tracks relatively quickly out in the streets,
Portal tracks are different.
you follow your packs of tracks and realize that shortly outside of the jail cell, or the jail building, that there were only 4 tracks instead of 5. With a 22, it's pretty easy to navigate back to the thought that wherever he went, he disappeared right here. You don't see any foot tracks away from the building, but you also don't see any that lead back to.
Mr. Quincy have teleported him and not wanted to say anything? Or
Exactly.
I'll just yell out loud. Mr. Gott! Mr. Gott!
You hear the residential building just across the street. Window swing open. You hear the creaking of the hinge in the through the wind of the night. Keep down out there, would you? I'm trying to sleep. Shuts the door. Gap. With the fact that you were trying to sleep lightly enough that you would be able to tell if there was any intruders, you would wake to Baron yelling for you and be familiar with that being his voice.
Okay. I will wake up and I guess walk over to the door and yell through it. Just Baron Damen here.
Gat. Mr. Gat. Boy, you gave me such a fright.
So we're talking through the door.
Yeah.
How did...
I had shapeshifted and climbed under the door. I was gonna stay here to protect our prisoner.
Why didn't you tell anybody? I was worried. We made it all the way back to the bar, and then I thought Mr. Quincy had teleported you or something.
Well, I always want to be like you and Mr. Quincy. You guys are always just sneaking off.
Oh, Mr. Quincy maybe, but I don't think I've ever done that myself without telling anybody.
Uh-oh. Did I just kick somebody?
No, he went to testing music bot for some reason.
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that.
I was gonna say I got teleported.
No. Yeah, sorry about that. I also somehow turned off your camera. I was trying to fuck with some settings and accidentally moved you.
I thought Mr. Quincy had finally got me.
Oh, jeez.
Mr. Gat, is this about me and Mr. Quincy going off again to do
And
some
not inviting
reconnaissance? I thought we'd already talked about that.
Saw how sneaky I am.
I've seen how sneaky you are now, but I also know that you'll keep Miss Sariel and Mr. Whimsy in line, so I have to put my pieces where they will, or will be best suited.
Okay.
Can you imagine Mr. Quincy, Mr. Whimsy, and Miss Sariel all talking to Lady Devessa without either one of our good sense keeping them in line?
I mean, I don't even think I said anything. I just found this cool rock and pulled it out. I guess you can't see it, but but I'll pull it out anyway.
Are you talking about the Chardolin?
The shard, yeah.
The Kren Cinnabon?
Yeah, the shard of the Cinnabon.
Yeah, it's Chardolin, but it's, yeah, okay, yes.
I found the Chardolin of the Cinnabon. They have great evil powers.
I don't rightly know what you're talking about because I wasn't there. And I don't think you see me getting all, flustered and, wanting to be in on the know.
Well, I mean, there is a difference between chasing down bad guys and babysitting this little girl.
But you said you found a cool rock because of it.
That is true. I do like shiny rocks.
But look, you need to communicate because I don't know if, you could have been ambushed by more of those thugs without us realizing, or maybe Mr. Quincy was a traitor and teleported you somewhere and you could have been lost.
Okay. I will make sure I communicate. But you need to make sure you include me in some reconnaissance.
All right, we'll do some reconnaissance together sometime.
Okay. I can be quite sneaky.
Right. Now I know that
Well.
at the end of the day, on a dark night, you can slip away.
Yeah, maybe me and Quincy will go do some sneaking and leave you to babysit.
Sure. Just we at least let you know when we're doing that, right? Right.
Okay. That's fair. Alright, I'm gonna get back to tending my prisoner.
Okay. You can get out of there if you need to, right?
Technically not till the morning.
You can't unlock the door from the inside. No, I'm not there, but
No, but he doesn't have another use of wild shape either, apparently. So.
I used it for the fight and then to get in there.
yeah.
It's actually after an hour it comes back though, so you'll be fine after an hour.
Is that an hour?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
short
short
rest. You get both uses back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But yeah, as you look at the door, you realize that there is no deadbolt or anything from the inside. All the locking mechanism is within that can only be locked and unlocked by a key that Duvessa holds.
I'll just stay here until you guys come back in the morning. I think the
Alright.
best might be in for a surprise, but maybe I can hide behind the door and just pop out.
It's that stealthiness.
If you want to practice your stealthiness, otherwise, you'll have some explaining to do.
Okay. I'll work on it tonight.
Well, I'm gonna go back to the bar. You're gonna be out here by yourself, and hopefully they don't try to spring this one from this place during the night.
I'll be able to handle it.
All right.
Thank
Want me
you,
to bring you
Baron.
any biscuits from the bar, or a bit of
No.
sausage, or
I have my moss.
right. Well, I'm going to go to bed. Good night, Mr. Cat.
Goodbye. And I'll-
Baron's just kind of cursing under his breath and kicking snow about all these rogue factors he has to deal with and somehow try to band together into a cohesive unit.
Gat feels kind of bad that he let Daddy down.
Okay. After having talked about the stone, you just put it back away and go back to sleep?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wrap it back in linen and throw it in my bag next to my journal.
Okay.
You be cursed, man.
Baron, you head right back to the inn?
Yeah.
Alrighty. You all gain the benefits of a long rest as long as you don't continue to do anything crazy.
Oh, craziness.
Okay.
Did I grow a level?
Thank God.
No, you did not. What level are you guys? 3?
4.
4? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
not.
we made 4 like right when we got into town, so I don't. Yeah.
Okay. Waking up in the morning, or after several hours, day is yours. You know that you were supposed to meet Speaker Duvessa, jail cell, or in a town hall for questioning.
Yeah.
I'll get up early. Try to go to Serial
Oh.
first to see if I woke up earlier than she did.
I'm gonna roll off.
Yeah, just roll a straight 20. See whoever gets the higher number decides whether or not they
Initiative.
woke up first.
Got an 11. So
You were
So
awake
you
first.
woke up at 11 a.m.
So earlier would be an 8, right?
No.
Nah, I beat you. I was awake. As soon as you knock, I'm there. I'm dressed already. Good morning.
Oh, you're already up, I see.
With the dawn every day.
The dawn, eh?
Well, what little dawn we have here. I have to say my morning prayers.
Which is none, by the way.
Yeah, no dawn.
There's no dawn.
There's no sunlight at all.
Oh, I mean, anytime Serial's there is the sun.
Whimsy, you're still sleeping.
Well, I hope you're getting enough rest, because seems that you're getting up awfully early.
Yeah, but I have to do my meditations and my prayers in the morning, so I'm okay.
Very punctual, sure. Right. Well, glad you're ready. I'm all ready too, you know.
You are. You're bright and early. I'm proud of you. What about the others? Quincy and Whimsy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go raise their lazy asses out of bed.
I would have been back in the jail, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Hiding behind the door. And once I saw that it was morning, I would have casted Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
So that way, when Lady Duvessa unlocks and opens the door, I can be on the back side of it. Everyone walks in, I'll just kind of pop in with the group.
How long does Pass Without a Trace last?
1 hour.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you can either give me a really high perception check to see whether or not you can tell a certain person is coming up to the door to be able to cast Pass Without a Trace, or you can give me a straight D100 and see whether or not you're lucky enough to determine the morning and make it within that hour time frame. Up to you.
Let's see here.
The rest of you waking up over in the inn, Baron, I imagine going and gathering the group.
Mm-hmm.
You immediately head off.
You said perception?
Yeah, either a perception check to be able to, like, intently listening. Okay. Okay. I mean, you still have to roll a stealth check, and it's just be a straight stealth rather than with plus 10.
Okay.
The rest of you heading over to the jail cell? Or are you heading to the town hall?
So you're saying I used Pass Without a Trace, but then nobody came? Like I misjudged the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Essentially, you hear some footsteps coming awfully close nearby, and you hear a womanly voice, and you casted it, but they didn't come up to the door and use it.
That's fair. Let me know when you want it.
On the way over, Quincy's going to pat Baron on the... By the way, do the inns here charge by the night?
I can't remember. Don't
they have
we
multiple
like,
rates.
Yeah.
You have your nightly rates for people that are just coming in. Oftentimes, because the people that come to 10 towns aren't just going to show up for one day and then turn around and leave, they'll charge per 10 day.
Can't help but notice this is the same night since we arrived.
Say that one more time, Quincy, I'm sorry.
I can't help but notice this is the same night since we arrived.
Yeah.
Oh, you think you can pull a clever one over Ogden by that? I can't, do ya?
In all seriousness, what you, with any bit of paying attention to the surroundings and understanding that it is virtually impossible to tell one day from the next outside of the comings and goings of the town. You do realize that there are certain establishments that have clockwork machines that essentially will give people the time of day to allow them to continue to, imported from Neverwinter, from Hasgrons.
I am beginning to miss the sun.
Yeah.
Noticing that and thinking about that, I might mention that to Quincy. It might not be a bad idea to get our hands on one of those little clockwork contraptions.
Well, I did make a water clock so we can measure the passage of time, but it's more the length of watch than actual what time of day it is.
Is that some kind of wizard contraption?
With a hole in it.
As a survivor, somebody that's used to the woods, you would definitely know what a water clock is. Okay.
I am going to, while we walk, just a somber tune on my lute and cast aid on see Sarah and myself, Ariel and myself.
Okay.
Is it only 5 temporary or 5 extra hit points?
5, yeah. Max HP modifier 5.
I'd also point out to Quincy that a water bowl out where we will be surviving might not be so reliable if it freezes.
Why I'd keep it fire
over a fire.
We're going to have a campfire, otherwise we'll freeze.
Right, but when we're traveling around,
still going to have a campfire at night.
I'm gonna have to Google how that would work. Like, water boiling, evaporating. Would that change the
I'm
time
not saying
frame?
I'd put it over the fire. What I'm saying is I'll put it close enough to the campfire that it won't freeze.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. All right, yeah.
There's a range.
Or that sounds like it could work if we have a set up camp, but if we're out and for some reason we can't make a campfire, or during the times that we're on the road.
I made it just so when we're keeping watch, we can keep track of how long our watch has been.
Baron, I don't think anybody's arguing against buying one of those clock things. It's just, I think they're kind of expensive.
I'd rather get a cloak that billows nicely.
How expensive can they be?
I don't know. Quincy, do you know?
Shadow?
You just said that you think that they're rather expensive, but every place here seems to have one.
I don't think every place has one.
What about your gnome friend, Copper Noggler Bacher? Do you think?
Ask him.
Aren't you supposed to go bring that priestess or something over?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't know if I was gonna do it or if Duvessa was gonna summon her.
She said she would.
Really? But she said for Serial to bring her over.
Said she would.
Yeah.
What was the question? I'm sorry, I was looking up how much clock pieces cost.
Did Duvessa have? Was Duvessa summoning the priestess over, or having Serial bring her over?
Speaker Duvessa said that she would. But she didn't realize that all of you were going to be there questioning, but if she was bringing over the woman from the House of the Morning Lord, then she would want Sariel there. But you're all going to be there, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah. Okay. That's
all right. Making your way over there, you find that you arrive at the cell before Lady Duvessa. You don't know how much time passes, but definitely 20-30 minutes, and still haven't heard from her. She hasn't shown her face.
Mr. Gat, Mr. Quincy, why don't you go do some reconnaissance?
Gat's still inside the building.
Oh, God damn it.
Alright, I'll go do some.
I might
hear them
go
talking
ahead
outside.
and
Yeah, you can hear that.
head towards
Even with a 9
the
perception, you recognize they're not being super stealthy out there.
I'll go ahead and fetch the priestess for Duvessa, and I'll run over to the house of the Morning Lord while we're waiting.
I'll join Serial.
No, Mr. Whimsy, you're gonna stay right here. Seeing as
Want
how
Serial out there on her own.
she says she can handle herself, she's done it before.
Yes.
I'm more worried
Just
about you
figured-
getting ambushed in the streets.
Can I check on the prisoner guy?
Yeah.
He's dead
He's just sitting up in the corner,
with a
Okay,
knife in his
look,
back.
He's cool.
just kind of
Cold
staring
as the
off into
grave.
space, elbows or forearms kind of resting on his knees and just seeming to looking down into the ground, just 100-yard stare.
Okay.
Alrighty. Who's all going over to the House of the Morning Lord this morning?
So
Guess I'm not.
Just Ariel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where's like the House of the Morning Lord is on the other side.
It's
I
on the
thought we
east
were
side of
down
town.
on the. I thought we were
Serial.
on like the southeast.
Before
We're
you
in the
go,
middle.
Yeah,
you're
right
gonna
now
get a
you're in the
bardic
middle.
inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you. It's a D8 now?
D6.
Okay.
You can use it for damage on spells.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah, are you still, like, keeping it to where only Baron's the one that knows that you're still in there? I mean, Baron, would you have told them that he's already in the building, or would you have let
Yeah.
it go? Yeah, you would have? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out in there.
Okay. All right. Alrighty, sorry.
Pretty confident in my sneakiness.
As you're walking eastward through town towards the east gate, the same gate that you watch the elderly woman walk out into the cold, naked. Eventually turning north down a familiar path to get to the House of the Morning Lord, you come across a flustered Speaker Duvessa.
Good morning.
And I'm sorry, I know I was supposed to be at the cell. I was dealing with that thing, the knobber knocker, just so boisterous and annoying. Mishan, she wasn't there. And I was frustrated because I was getting around, my daughter's still sick, and I was trying to make it there, to make it back to the cell on time, and then she's not even there. So it was just a wasted trip across town. It's cold. I just want to get back and get this question
I'm
and
so
get him.
sorry to hear that your daughter's still not feeling well. Well, we'll stop by after and see if we can make her feel any better.
It'll be fine. I've already got an apothecary coming over to mix up something.
Okay. If you don't mind, I'm gonna swing by the house real fast. I can deal with Knobberknocker. If I can figure out where she is, then maybe I'll send her our way before I'll meet you over there. Everyone else is waiting for you, though, so if you want to head on over, I'll meet you there in a jiffy.
Okay. She kind of nods and walks back and starts headed towards the cell, close enough to the house. You walk in. It is open.
It will take a few minutes, like a minute or so, to sit down and do a quick prayer.
Okay.
To the Silver Flame, though, not to the Morning Lord.
Yeah.
You do that?
I mean, it can.
You can pray anywhere. Whether or not
Hold the
that God
ground.
likes it or not. But anyways, true to her word, you do not see Mishan in sight. Give me a perception check, because old Copper does not seem to be out and about.
Like inspiration.
I don't think that's gonna help. I mean, I think the 10 minutes might be up, but let me. If you valid that the 10 minutes is not up yet, then I can use it. But it doesn't really help.
Yeah. Either way, a 5. Kind of lost in your prayer, peeking your ears, trying to listen, looking into the house and kind of peering around, even knowing that the last time you had met him, he had said that he lived in the attic. You don't hear any noise from up there.
I'll knock and call his name. Call.
Yeah, moment. Okay. Who is it?
Hi, it's Saria. We met the other day.
Sorry. Oh, hi. What are you doing here?
Well,
do you need something?
yes. I've talked to Devessa, and we're gonna try to get some more of the Morning Lord's name and powers recognized here in town. And so I need...
looks around. That's more of Mishan's thing. That's not something.
Exactly. Do you know where she is?
Yeah. She went over to East Haven. Real nasty stuff. They found. Where's my? They found a Red Wizard over there.
Red Wizard?
Yeah, of Faye.
Oh.
You give me a history check.
All the skills I'm super good at.
You... One moment. You would know that the Fae, the small establishment that they had made was a massive cult. Slavers, demonologists. They experimented with arcane, specifically in undeath. They had their city long since destroyed. You can find the ruins. I want to say it's trying to remember where it's at on the continent. Feel like it's southeastern area. Really nasty people. That's I guess that's what you would glean with a 14. Yeah, he was in a disguise, and some people saw him. They could tell, and they're gonna set him aflame tomorrow.
Oh.
Real nasty stuff. And she went just to proceed over the execution.
Shoot, we had an opportunity to bridge some gaps here for the House of the Morning Lord.
You could probably still catch her if you left.
Oh,
Or she'll probably be back in a couple days. She'll probably stay there for a couple days after that.
Yeah, shoot. When did she leave?
Just yesterday.
Oh.
So she's probably there now.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work. Duvessa has a prisoner she's gonna question, and I was hoping for some divine intervention
Yeah,
to show Duvessa that the gods can be good and helpful.
Yeah, I bet she probably would have liked doing that, but well, she's
If
always
she's not
got a
here,
thing
she's
for
not
the
here.
broken. So, yeah, she took some sled dogs, and she's over at East Haven. If you found
Yeah.
some sled dogs or some other means of travel, you could get there pretty quick too.
I could, but we're investigating. We're doing the thing this morning, so I think our window is not good. But I'll mention it. But thank you so much for your information. I still have your friend that we might be able to check on soon, as soon as we wrap up our business here in town. But no promises, okay? I'm sorry, Copper. I have to do what Baron says. He's the boss.
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't forget about Macretus.
I don't want to. He sounds helpful. Oh, do you know how to get a timepiece?
Do I? And he scurries back up the ladder and just up into the attic, and you hear some rummaging around, some tinking and clanging of metal objects. And he comes back down, and he has what would appear to be a pocket watch, missing kind of like a cover to the face. And he just holds it out, and he turns it over. All right, it's not powered by magic or anything, but so you have to, and he cranks on it a little bit, and then there's a knob at the top, and he's kind of twisting it around and looking over at, and as you see his eyes travel, you can see there's a timepiece somewhere else, and he's setting that time for you. Here, you can have this one.
Oh, you are so absolutely brilliant. Thank
It's
you
not
so
top of the
much.
line. It's one of my earlier works, but yeah.
Oh, Copperknocker, this is amazing. Thank you. Is there anything I can do for you besides Macretus?
I don't think so.
Well, let me at least say a prayer, and then I'll get on my knees and give him a little guidance prayer.
Okay. Yeah, coming, face to face with him as you're knelt down, giving him guidance. You see his smile become more warm and less like erratic and just wild, seeming to calm him down almost. Yeah, if you ever need anything, I'm around. I don't get very many visitors, and when I do get out, it's not very long. Normally just keep myself in the attic. But
Well, I'm pleasure to be calling you my friend. Thank you so much.
all right, let me know how it works. And he scurries back up the ladder and he pulls up the door.
Okay, I'll head back to the group now.
Okay.
And I'll add a pocket watch to my inventory.
Okie dokie. The rest of the group, Speaker Duvessa arrives. Sorry I'm late. I was, against my better judgment, trying to get Mashan for holy representative per your friend, and she sticks the key into the door, and Gat, you can hear very clearly the ruffling around. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Duvessa.
Well, I was wondering how much room is there behind the door, because Gat is a big bloke.
I mean, it's big enough. Like, the aisleways between the cells are, a couple feet wide, several feet wide. It wouldn't just open up directly into the cell. Gat, having your guard let down for a moment and feeling the comfort of your friends outside and realizing that the speaker doesn't seem to be anywhere, it really caught you off guard, and then rushing back over to the corner, tripping a little bit and slamming into the side of the building door right on the other side of the wall. Hear the loud thud from outside. What the... And she Oh, Sariel rolling for. I was like,
Dude,
Sariel's
she's fucking
casting.
shit up.
Yeah, she's like, oh my god, Dufessa, she's such a shit.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't do it when we woke up this
No,
morning,
you're
so I
fine.
needed to do it.
You guys, didn't bring any weapons. Would you mind going first in case he somehow managed to escape out of the cell?
Oh no, that's just Mr. Gat.
I'm sorry? And she unlocks the door and kind of turning the handle to push it in. Stay back!
It's alright, I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll take out my axe.
Okay. Stepping in, you can see that the thug is still inside of the locked cell. Gat, as they're walking in, how are you trying to compose yourself from this blunder?
I just wouldn't even do anything or say anything. I'd just kind of step into the group
Okay.
and hope nobody
Still-
calls it out.
Yeah.
See, nothing to be worried about. He's still behind the bar.
And she steps in and looking around and eventually peeking around the door to see Gat trying to push in with the rest of the group. I understand why, but how? I have the only key. How did you get in here?
Well, we didn't want to
I'm
bother
sorry,
you.
I'm not talking to you. You, sir, how did
Well-
you get in here?
You see, I'm a druid and I shapeshifted and slid under the door.
She quickly shuts the door and looks down. Opens it and inspects the ledge. And then shuts it again. Looks up. I'll have to have that fixed. Thank you for your honesty. Alright. What is it that I'm supposed to be doing with this individual? And the thug sitting in the corner, just still 100-yard stare, looking between his legs into the ground. I understand you have something you need to tell me? No words.
Don't make this difficult.
He's dead.
Roll
What was your
a
name?
roll a roll a persuasion check.
On a roll today.
I'm sorry. Add your modifier and make it perception. I didn't mean it was the other P word that I wanted.
Oh. Okay, make it perception instead.
Yeah.
So 20.
So a 20? Okay.
+3 instead of +8.
He's incredibly still.
So I think you better open up this door.
And she withdraws a key and unlocks the cell.
I'll go in.
As
I'll
you get closer
put my
with a
hand on
20 perception, you see like a white dried substance coming out of his mouth, dripping down his chin. His eyes glass.
Bastard.
Oh, now Gat's a suspect.
Was that in
I mean-
character?
No, I'm not there.
It's not there.
Oh, that's right.
I meant I should have thought of it. I was just yesterday was so hard. We knew that they had suicide pills.
That is true. You did know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the initial interaction
Did
with
we
them.
all know that, or just Whimsy?
I
we
think-
all knew
At least Serial as well. But
Yeah, because I think somebody had to heal him to bring him back from death, right? Isn't that what
Yeah,
happened?
Serial.
Yeah.
Yep, Serial. We're all standing around when he did that too.
Yes. Yeah, because it was during torture. Or like trying to
Hey.
get the information, and he was just
So
like,
this is
"Nah,
the
not
same.
happening."
This is the same thug that we captured once already, right?
Yes.
Checked him for. No.
Yes, but he
the first time we
escaped.
caught him.
He
And
was
then got
gone.
caught
We could have
again.
replaced it. Okay. Yeah. Right.
That is
I didn't check him.
quite unfortunate.
Anyone know Speak with Dead?
I would have really come in handy if Mashan would have been here. She would have been able to for sure. And at this point, Sarl, you're probably wandering up to the group, as you were only at the house for just a few brief moments.
I'd probably get in her way and. It's,
How-
Bad news, guys. Mashan is. Oh, what's going on?
well, we have our own bad news. It's a dead end, unfortunately. We forgot about the,
Suicide pill. I'll just say it.
Oh no. Does that mean that
Yep.
we can't
Yep.
stop the bad guys? What about Torrga and her operations?
We're
Ed,
still going to have investigation within our ranks. I trust Sheriff Markham, and I feel he'll do his due diligence in trying to root out people that might be being paid off. I will.
I do want to rush over to the body and attempt to do spare the dying. I'm almost certain it's not going to work, but
What's the time frame on Spare the Dying? Is it like 10 minutes or something like that?
0 hit points, so it's from the time that you have 0 hit points until you're
Oh,
actually dead.
so not very long.
18
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
If they fail all 3 death saves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
So,
long
like
gone.
I said, I know it's not going to work, but that's what Sari will do. She'd rush over and try.
Yeah, pushing through the crowd of the people kind of gathered around, 6, 7 people in this small little area, kind of squeezing through and getting over and laying a hand on his shoulder or his knee as he's, in his seated position, head kind of now lolled off to the side, saying a small prayer, and nothing happens.
Tivessa, something's wrong.
I know what you mean.
Is Torrga scary enough that this is the solution?
Unfortunately, it's... You see, humans in general are creatures of habit. And unfortunately, the overwhelming majority of the people that take to the harsh lives of living out here in Icewind Dale is, well, they don't come from very good backgrounds. And sometimes when you join up with the wrong groups and you know the alternative of being tortured or punished, it's uncertain exactly what they'll do. But there is certainty in a death by kind of pushing his head off to the other side so the drool mark can be very clearly visible. Can be certain. They know what they're going to get, maybe even just momentary pain.
We could have protected him. We could have turned his life around. He could have been a member of society that was helpful and wonderful, and he chose this instead.
You have to understand that this is already people's second or third chance. Sometimes they don't want to start over again.
A choice. An unfortunate choice for us, but it was his choice.
And in reality, if Torrga is as bad as you say she is, that she's, stealing, as we've confirmed, right? Then one less person on her payroll shouldn't be too big of a concern.
Yes. People are always of more value alive.
Speaking of that, we should probably check out our other lead then. See what came of the investigation of the goods at Scramsacks.
I also have some bad news. A red wizard was discovered to the east. Southeast?
Is that what he was going on about? I
Yeah.
could only pick up a few words here and there. He was just... I don't do well with rambunctious.
Must be why we get along so well.
But yes, that's where the priestess went. She went to go deal with the red wizard, which, to be fair, is definitely more pressing concern than some thugs up here.
Red Wizard, they caught him then.
Yes, but I don't think they're... Is one unusual, John? Is usually more, since they're cult-like?
So... It is extremely rare to find a Red Wizard of Faye out in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Not because they're good at hiding, but because they are so hated for the atrocities that they've committed during their seek for knowledge. It would be even more rare to find another one.
Okay. So they don't travel with other Fae or anything like that?
No, not that you would know.
Okay. It's interesting that they caught one. They're rather powerful.
Well, if they caught him, hopefully that matter will be wrapped up in the proper manner.
Give me a second. Okay. There's really only one way to deal with a Red Wizard of Fayean. I'm afraid you'll be able to tell when they do. There'll be a billowing of smoke to the east. Fire.
Well, you should still head over to the town hall to hear the results of the raid that you had last night, right?
I had intended to, yes. I imagine it's going to be just relatively simple things. Probably pretty straightforward. I imagine he's going to come back and confirm that the goods are stolen, and I'll have to figure out what sort of sanctions we're going to put on Torrga.
Can I search the body of this spy, see if I can find any interest or value?
Didn't you already do that?
Yeah, didn't we do that before?
I believe
Found
so.
the necklace that you left behind, but other than that,
Yeah.
Well, no, I just took the one item of that I was identifying. Didn't like search his entire body.
Yeah, you can. Give me a perception or an investigation. Searching his body, you don't find a whole lot. A shoddy dagger. You do find a coin. Just a singular coin. I'm looking for the... On the
A
face...
handout? Oh, no handouts.
No, I don't think there's a handout, unfortunately. Let me... You find on this coin the face of a woman, specifically Lady Luck, Timora. Noticing the intricate notchings on this particular coin, you do realize that this is a coin that's commonly held by the Coin Spinners gang that is based out of Luskan, which is south of the spine of the world. But they have deep roots that branch out, and you will find them. You also found them in Neverwinter. So, do with that information what you will.
I'll pocket the coin for the time being.
I have no doubt that Quincy will find some grand uses for that. What do you do now? Just wait until Speaker Duvessa goes back over to talk to Sheriff Markham.
I don't know what to do now.
I've been mulling over ideas in my head as to what we should do with Torrga. I thought about banishing her south, but I found that to be too difficult to monitor. I have no doubt that she would just find a way into another town or change her appearance, given the fact that the overwhelming majority of us are hard to recognize out in the streets due to our cold weather gear anyways. It would be hard to enforce.
I think we missed our opportunity to do anything too significant this time round. But if you keep her close, maybe we can have another go at her.
I think having stolen goods inside of her caravan would be pretty damning evidence that I could... If I spoke up about it in the town square, I could probably convince people to... I don't know, rise up against or speak out against her ways. Maybe I impose a tax, a fee? How... Obviously, I've let this go on for too long, and I feel like it's an insurmountable task. How do you have any ideas of what I could do to limit this in the future?
Maybe talk to the local merchants about the goods that they've ordered and do an inspection of anybody coming into the town.
And if you just insist that all goods sold be registered and have a paper trail for how they were ordered, it would at least make it harder for somebody to sell stolen goods. At least they wouldn't be able to do it openly, and even if they come up with fake papers, you'd be able to see, hey, this person, all of these merchants aren't getting their supplies, and this person has, fake goods, has goods they say they're buying, but these lists match up perfectly with all of the other merchants that are the goods they're missing. So it's one thing you could do.
It's a
Big
slow
hassle.
process, but
I know this probably seems like a long shot, but it was something that I was kicking around, and I don't know whether or not it would be instilling too much trust. But what if I just simply hired her and her people? Hired them to escort.
I think she's proven herself not to be trustworthy. I think
That's what I feared.
you'd have to pay her more than she could make as a merchant.
even if you did, she'd still skim off the top of merchant supplies.
That's true. I imagine the paper
Either
trail
that or-
probably is the best way to go.
I mean, if you had a way to threaten her, there was a way that she would lose her business versus taking you up on your offer, even if there was a bit of corruption in how she ran a protection of convoys.
I mean, even if you jail her here, you can still run an operation from jail, probably. I think the better thing to do would be to send her down south.
Maybe we could
and
take
get her
her.
to jail there. Yeah, I mean that would be a really long trip. I don't know, like getting her all the way down south. I think there's a lot of trouble up here that we could do it. I wish there was just some way to suddenly make her.
Wait. Quincy has a doorway.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, what? A doorway to the south?
I think so.
Quincy's a wizard.
Yeah. Yes. Sense.
Uh-oh, your
Oh.
mic's cutting out. What was that,
Missed
Quincy?
it.
I said, yeah, I could send her to Neverwinter.
Do you think that would be our best bet?
And for her to be jailed there.
The only concern I have is that when you cut off one head, another head will grow in its place. So I think you have to do both. I think you have to put in protections for the honest folks, as well as taking down the whole organization.
Well, I think if you eliminated Sefik, that's who would have been second in command. I think you've cut off a significant portion of the three-headed monster, right?
And like you said, people are creatures of habit. So her people, and you know, we take out her second in command. If you send her to Neverwinter to go to jail, then they're going to be looking for their options. Going to force them to find something else to do, and if you don't give them an option for something else to do, they're just going to accept whoever steps in as the next boss. I
Something
think you
Baron
also
told
want
us is ringing alarm bells, though. He mentioned that Torrga seemed to want to get rid of Sefik.
She did. Or at least seemed like she did.
Also, Lady Duvessa, you said a three-headed monster. Is there another player that we're unaware of?
The rest of them, the people that we don't know about, the ones in the guards and just out on the streets.
Sure.
This, and nods towards the gentleman that's dead in the corner.
Well, if we take out two big players, that leaves a pretty large opening to fight over.
Need to understand why Torrga was eager to be rid of her second in command.
Maybe he was making a power play.
Well, that's something we're gonna have to ask Torrga.
I think we
probably.
should start heading over to the square. I think the first step is pretty clear: is we get her arrested and sent to Neverwinter.
I think there's paperwork that Defense has to do first.
I absolutely have to confirm the findings within.
Yes.
And I shall go over to the town hall. I don't know if you want to come with me or if you had other things that you would like to do.
Well, we're in your employ, as far as I understand.
I don't necessarily have an immediate need for you, but I'm just going to be, as you said, doing paperwork.
Has Torrga been arrested already? Do you know?
I have not been made aware of any arrest. In fact, I have not spoke to Sheriff Markham yet this morning.
I'm not unconcerned with what Torrga might do if once she realizes her caravan has been raided. So I think I would like to stick close to you. We've lost too many people.
But she most likely is already aware, since apparently some of the guards are in her employ. So I think I might go, or Mr. Quincy, Mr. Gatt, why don't you do some reconnaissance and see if you can keep an eye on where she is and get a beat on her and find out where she's going. Or if she plans to try to fight this in town somehow.
I didn't watch the entirety of last episode. So, just so I'm aware, outside of the message that Lady Duvessa sent to Sheriff Markham, which was, a decent amount. It took you walking all the way from the north all the way to the south to get there, then talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only precaution that was taken to alert anybody of the whereabouts of this caravan and that there was a suspicion, right? There was no sabotage or anything done to make sure that the caravan would not roll away?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I wanted to make sure before...
So she could have already dipped, perhaps, but I don't know if she would have been able to do that fast enough.
Well, if she sent us after Sefik, as soon as Sefik was dead, she got in her caravan and left.
But I mean, Mr. Quincy came right from there, and then we went pretty much straight over to
Defenses, but it takes time to travel. the moment we left the scene.
Yeah, it also
Well,
takes time
we'll
for her to
find
gather
out.
up everybody.
Find out when we talk to Sheriff Markham.
Yeah.
That's
So you guys are all going over to the town hall with her?
Guess.
Well, I'd like to send Gat and Quincy out to look for Torrga.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with Quincy and look for Torrga.
Where do you start?
What's the plan, Mr. Quincy?
Will the market have opened?
The market will have opened. As you're kind of standing around in this area, you know, just maybe a block or so away from the bustle of the morning market. Yeah, you could probably even hear it from here.
Say the market would probably be the best bet. Probably at a stall.
Okay, are we trying to lay low or just go into the market?
Keep our distance for the time being.
Okay.
Just a few moments pass as you step over into the area of the market, and a very clear gap is missing, the end cap. You used to see the stalls lining the right and left hand side, and on the end there, the large caravan that she had normally held on the end is not there.
Well, that answered our question. Looks like Torrga skipped town.
Sheriff Markham was instructed to go seize the goods, so that doesn't necessarily mean that she had skipped town.
I'm just gonna nudge Gat and say, "Come on," and head towards the where she started.
Okay. Yeah, I'm right behind you.
Heading
Are
north
we
towards...
like just
ahead.
hastily walking, or like sprinting, or just walking?
Quincy, you guys running fast or walking?
I'll let Gat pace.
Okay. Yeah, you're setting the pace. How are you walking? Just fat, brisk walk?
Quickly walk, yeah.
Okay. Reaching the stables that are connected to the Northlook, you see a few town's guard lined up outside, the doors open, goods scattered on the ground, but you don't see a wagon. You don't see any horses. The stables themselves are empty. As you get closer, peering in, looking around, one of the guards, "Sorry, only guard, official Bryn Chander guard duty business here. This area is under watch per Sheriff Markham and Lady Duvessa."
Did you catch the person who owns all that stuff?
What's left of it? And kind of looks back and sees some random, tools and rope and random things just laying onto the ground, sacks of grain. Nope, you're looking at all of it. Just whatever was left here is what was there when Sheriff Markham arrived last night. You've been instructed. We just got on duty about maybe an hour or so ago.
Looking at the way things have kind of scattered on the ground, is it possible she just peeled off in the caravan without securing everything, like stuff that fell out the back?
Give me an investigation check with advantage. You came to the thought on your own So I'm going to say that... Oh, that's weird, it didn't roll. Okay. You still came to the thought on your own, so I'm gonna say that it seems very likely that that's the case. There's... Outside of just goods scattered, you can't necessarily see any other investigation. Like, you don't see any, like, tie-down straps or anything just laying off to the side that weren't fixed. You don't see a tarp or anything just laying on the ground. It's just some random goods. You do see one thing that... like, noticing the correlation between all of the items, that they are all of relatively low value. So you could also deduce that maybe she just dumped the things that might slow her down.
Lighten the load.
Yeah, heavy, non-expensive items.
Well, it would appear that she had a warning this was going to happen.
What did you guys do with Brand's body? You just covered it up, right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know if we even did that much.
Yeah, I think we just left it there.
Yeah. I wasn't
We
gonna
did, didn't we?
anymore.
I think somebody covered it up because they asked if like I had described some of the blood kind of showing through a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually, I think Whimsy covered it up with an illusion. Oh,
That wouldn't have not after the. I did an illusion for hiding.
You covered it up when the drunk came by,
guy, and then
but
we
that
covered
only
up
lasts
more.
like a minute or so. So it's
okay. Yeah.
we might have blown some snow over the top of it, but I don't think we really bothered to cover it up too much.
Regardless, the guard. Well, whoever it was that tipped her off probably eliminated this person over here. I imagine they were guarding these goods. And kind of points behind him. You can't see the corpse from this area, but you have a general idea of what he's referring to.
Very plausible theory. Good work.
And you're not there.
No, I'm not. Oh, that's right. It was just those two.
What do you do with your newfound information?
come on, there's nothing here anymore.
Yeah, I guess convene back with the group.
As the other three of you stepping inside of the town hall as they're returning, you see Sheriff Markham with a few rogue items, just random things kind of piled onto the desk and just kind of leaning up against it as Speaker Duvessa is walking towards him. Well, what news do you have for me? I'm afraid she skipped town. We got there last night after rounding up a few people, didn't know if she would be armed, and by the time we got there, talking to some of the locals, the drunks at the tavern said that she took off the west gate. I don't know how we missed her. Well then, and she turns around to you. Where do we start? Do we even bother? I guess I could still go about filing the paperwork and things, but without any sort of threat or way to apprehend her at this point. Unless you wanted to take off after her.
I'd be happy to.
She's only got an 8-hour lead.
Yeah, and she's, dragging a hurt, which for her compared to us, you could lend us some horses.
Actually, Copperknocker said that sled dogs were better.
You would probably be better off with, yes, your own individual sled dog. I'll see what I can round up, but it'll take some time. People that have them, typically, they have their own dog, they raise it and use it for their travels. We don't necessarily have just a fleet of them that aren't used for our foragers, the people that we send out to help provide for our food and resources.
Would these be like a train of dogs, or like one sled, one dog?
Typically like one sled, like 2 dogs.
One sled, 2 dogs.
I guess we'd only need if our druid was willing to become one, we'd only need 3.
I think it's 1 person per sled, so 4.
Well, 4 sleds, 3 dogs.
Yeah.
2 dogs per sled.
2 dogs per sled.
4 times 2.
Okay.
Minus 1.
Alright.
Well, technically, you could shift into a larger wolf and probably do 1 sled by yourself.
And Lady Duvessa's got 6 dogs.
She does. 6 dogs.
We take 5 of her dogs. How
No,
many dogs does Lady Duvessa have
2, 4,
left?
6. We take all 6, and then you become a dire wolf and pull 1 person. The most efficient way to do it.
Yeah.
We have Duvessa's 6. Duvessa, can we have your 6 dogs?
Sorry, John.
I mean, could he not just turn into a bear and pull one of them?
Yeah.
Can't you guys just run?
Actually, I don't think he could turn into a bear because its CR's too high. He's not a moon druid.
Isn't a bear's CR only like a half?
No, it depends on which bear.
Brown bear's 1.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
I
I'm
think maybe
too
a
used
black bear is a half.
I'm too used to being a moon circle of the moon.
yeah.
I mean, why be anything else, right?
Let's see. Encounters. Bear. Black bear is a half, yes. Brown bear is 1. Polar bear is 2.
Yeah, I could be a black bear.
Yeah. You guys
You could
can
also
handle
be a
that
cow.
however you want. Yeah, a cow pulling through the snow. That sounds like an accident waiting to
yak.
happen.
An elk.
What about a reindeer?
Reindeer would be good.
Yeah. A mastiff.
Hold on a second. I know there's some traveling stuff in my packet here.
I think we should just look for dogs.
I mean, Duvessa has 6.
But like, if we didn't have enough, I would probably not pull a sled and just turn into an elk. Like, they go through the snow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or a deer.
Or a wolf.
Or a wolf.
Yeah, but if you turn into an elk, one of us could ride on your back.
If
Or a
he lets you.
spider.
I feel like
Yeah.
you have to ask him first, Quincy.
Yeah,
You don't
consent
just
is
mount
always
another
key.
man.
Sense is
Anyways,
key.
Duvessa, I can probably do a call and try to round up some dogs. I'll have them at the west gate ready for you in a couple hours if you're if you're ready, if there's nothing else that you had to do, I know.
If I have a couple of hours, I'm going to. Well, the good shop in town is done, so never mind. I'm not going to go shopping.
Well, we're at your command. So if there's nothing else that you'd have us be working on, we could go get these goods back for the town.
It's probably best. I think we'll do for now, but it would be good to get them back as soon as possible. Also,
I mean, the sooner she can have the dogs there, the sooner we can get on our way.
Alright, well then, leave me to work. I must fill out some paperwork and... Markham, get 300 gold out of the treasury. I'm probably going to have to pay for some of these dogs. And she starts to scrolling on official documents. Is there anything that you need to do to prepare before taking off west?
Maybe refill on fire brandy.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
you
good.
guys
Pretty
don't
well
have
stocked
shit
on fire
to do.
brandy.
Probably need provisions though, like food and stuff if we're going to be traveling. Unless we think we're going to be back in a day.
I mean, I have 5 days of. I guess I probably will try to get some more rations. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that as well.
Oh, well, while we're shopping, I will show Baron the pocket watch I got. We can save some money. Copper Knocker, give me this.
That's excellent. That's wonderful. Look at this little thing.
You gotta wind it every
And-
morning, but
Look at this
So-
little thing. She's got a watch.
What time is it now?
I'll look at it. What time is it now?
Oh,
How do I?
8:30.
How do you tell?
Well,
I'll just go over.
the big hand is the minute. The little hand is the hour. 8:30.
how many
You mean
hours?
these
since-
arrows? Why do you call them hands?
That's what my dad taught me.
A funny foreign folk. So when the
Yes.
big arrow, right, and then the little arrow.
Mhm.
How does it know what time
don't
it
know.
is?
But he said it wasn't magic.
Hmm.
It is definitely not magic.
Wait, it won't overcome magical resistance if we hit somebody with it.
Why would you hit
No.
somebody with it? You'll break it. Whimsy. That's silly.
That's a good point. This is good, but maybe we should get another one just in case. And then that way, when we do reconnaissance, we could have two squads, and we can sync up our timepieces and pull off some pretty intricate maneuvers.
Okay. Well, see if you can find anybody selling them, but this one's fine.
If anybody has to take a quick bathroom break, do. I'm
Okay.
having to do some improv here, getting some things around.
Uh-oh.
I've been thinking about this for a little while now. Has anyone read a book series called Broken Sky?
No, I don't read books, Quincy.
Is this in character or is this out of character? I
This
need
is
to
out
know
of
whether or not.
character.
Okay, I just needed to know whether or not I needed to listen.
Broken Sky. I've heard of the. No, I don't. No, I
Here
don't
we
know.
are in the frozen north.
Because there's like
I'm a ghost.
2 worlds in it, and the other world, the sun and the moon are like fixed in place. It's like a perpetual clip. And the way they tell time is that the planet is covered with these glowing flowers, but they all cycle through colours, but they're all in sync with each other. So they distinguish time by seeing what colour the flower is. I was just thinking about that.
That's pretty interesting.
It's a good. But I read them when I was in school, so they're not exactly the most mature book. It was a good series.
Sometimes those books really hold up, though. Like, I've been re-listening to Animorphs, which I read when I was in 5th grade, and it's much better now as an adult than it was as, and I love them as a kid. But they hold up really well.
My point is, if you're going to read them, like the most complex, say, sentence structures or chapter thing.
Yeah.
But no, I think they're good books.
Have any of you read Animorphs?
Yes. Sorry, I missed the title of the book before.
Okay.
I love Animorphs.
Yeah.
I have
The thing
not.
about, one of the things I love about them is they don't have a chance of winning, which is very unusual for a kid's book.
Oh yeah, and the topics are like it's morally gray. That is the right thing to do in a lot of situations. And the characters all have different opinions. They're all valid opinions, and the book doesn't take a stance on which one was right. It's like phenomenal. I didn't realize that as a kid, but now that I'm an adult listening to it, I'm like, this is some deep moral philosophy. The reason I started listening to them is they just started releasing audiobooks for them, which audiobooks are phenomenal.
Yes,
Voice-
I've got quite a library of audiobooks. I'm actually, you say that Animorphs is on my Audible wish list.
Do you want the MP3 files? I can send them to you.
That's alright. I get I'm signed up, so I get like a credit each month to get an audiobook. So thanks for the offer.
I use all of my credits every 24th of mine every year, so.
Yeah, I'm currently going through Lord of the Rings, so that's going to take a while.
Okay, yeah. I cycle through books, so I do like an hour of a book, and then I switch to a different book. So I have like a couple of really long series that are going to take me a few years, but I finish. I mean, last year I finished 120 books.
Wow.
I do
Did
a
you
lot.
really? That's wild.
Yeah, I listen while I'm at work, if I can. So get 36 hours a week at least. Usually more like 50 or 60 hours of listening in.
That's awesome.
A little less since I started D&D, but
Yeah, I got them because I got the Harry Potter series. Because I have the books somewhere, and I refuse to buy them a second time.
the UK or probably the UK edition.
Yeah, read by Stephen Fry, National Treasure.
Both are great. I've listened to both because I'm a nerd. I have both sets of the Harry Potter.
Well, I just recently saw an interview with Stephen Fry, and he was saying he there was a phrase in the 3rd book he had trouble with saying, and he asked J.K. Rowling if he could say something different. He just said, no, you have to say it. And apparently that phrase then appears in every book after that.
What phrase is it?
It's Harry pocketed it.
Harry pocketed it? Yeah, that's a tough one.
So yeah, apparently it appears in every book after the 3rd.
Oh god.
What a turd. Like,
No,
why?
she's
wild.
She's a little bit of a diva with her book, but it's her art, so I get it.
Apparently it was because when he recorded the 1st book, he was slightly condescending to her, because he was like, oh yeah, I read that. Yeah, the book was really good. It was really good. She said, I've written a second one. It's like, good for you.
Oh dear. He had all 8 books outlined before she started, or 7 books outlined before she wrote the first one.
Well, I think you can tell she had some core ideas thought through.
I mean, you can find her outline online. She's released it, but yeah, it's massive outline, and it was all done before she wrote the first one.
One thing gets me, and I've never heard anyone else mention this, is Dumbledore had the Elder Wand the entire time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which massively boosts your power.
Yeah, that's why he was the most powerful wizard ever.
But when he dueled Voldemort, they fought to a standstill. Even though Dumbledore was using the Elder Wand.
Yeah, but Voldemort's the most powerful wizard.
That's what I'm saying.
Voldemort had massive like dark dark magic.
Yeah, it's like
boosting
the
him,
dark
and-
magic is always more powerful than light magic because it comes at a cost.
That-
Like
it's
you
like
pay.
He split his soul 7 times.
13, I think. Was it
No.
7 or was it
Whatever.
13?
There were 7 Horcruxes.
7. I reason I thought it was 13. Apologize.
It's all right.
Well, if you split it 7 times, that's 14.
No,
No.
it's
First Horcrux got half his soul. The second Horcrux got a quarter of his soul. The third Horcrux got.
I imagine it more like shaving off, like it's an equal amount in each thing. It's like a piece taken off.
Well, except for the
I-
fact that it's described as splitting your soul in half.
Does it
I
actually-
think it's.
okay.
I think that's the way that it worked, which is like.
Also, does
Well,
anyone
he could
else?
have done it forever.
Yeah, but there's like something special about that specific number.
Yeah,
it wa- it-
Every
it
time
has-
he did it, he lost more and more of humanity.
It's
why
the
he-
number of years in high school, or in secondary school or whatever in the
Yeah.
UK, right?
Well,
that's
that's
just what's
a
special
thing.
about the number.
so.
We do 5 years in secondary school, and then
Okay.
2 years of. Basically, Hogwarts had a sixth form. Kind of like college.
Alrighty. So you are able to acquire your rations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for each ration that you're attempting to find, it is 1 gold, which is more
1
expensive, more expensive than your normal ration, but food is more
By
scarce.
like 10% or 100%.
Yeah,
I am going to
food is scarce up here.
buy 15.
You're by 15.
Is that
So I have
15
20.
days?
Yes, a ration is a whole day's worth of food.
Oh, I'm carrying around 40 pounds of,
Okay.
and that's
I
15.
guess I'll
gold
buy
pieces.
5.
I bought 3.
Okay. Yeah, just subtract it from your count.
I'm not worried about water. Maybe I should. Can I buy a second water skin
Didn't you
so I
already?
can melt water into?
Oh, you-
Oh, I just have the one water skin filled with brandy.
Uh,
I have
Yeah.
the 4 pints minus like 3 shots.
yeah.
Can you imagine if someone grabbed your water skin to try and put out a fire?
Oh yeah.
That's just 3 silver pieces.
Silver pieces for another water skin. Okay.
Yeah. As you make your way over to the west gate after having procured any of the resources that you need, anybody need any arrows or any things like that? Right? You guys are all good. Okay.
Oh, maybe I wanted to. How much would arrows go for?
Yum, 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 yum. Oh, get out of here. Where's my spreadsheet? You can... I don't think that's right. It says you can get 20 for a gold.
That's right.
Yeah, 20 arrows for a gold piece.
Yeah.
Sariel's dying over
Any
there.
chance
on
I
Cracker.
find a cloak of billowing?
Cloak of billowing? Doubtful.
Chance I find. Okay.
Not just at a general store.
Like if I roll a 100 on a D100.
Go
billowing?
for it. You can try on a luck.
Okay. Ah.
Just need a 90 or above.
Ah, 100. Even.
Oh.
Gotta get nat 20 on that
Even.
D100.
At 20.
Not.
A 14.
Not
Okay.
100.
I don't find a cloak of billowing.
Yeah, definitely not. In fact, you lose your own cloak. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I don't
I'm
have
kidding.
a cloak actually.
So you guys
No, I don't.
arrive at the western gate, and Lady Duvessa is there, and you see her huddled around with a couple of people and handing out small coin purses to each of them and kind of thanking them before they head off. And she then turns to you. All right then. I was able to procure enough. And turning around, you see 10 dogs and 5 sleds. Should be able to get you there quickly. I'd say be careful. Don't wander too far off the path. It's not really structured very well. The snow blows over it all the time. It's just kind of... Just head straight to Torgos. Don't... Go ahead.
As far as aid, for purposes of aid, how many hours have passed?
Oh, I'm just gonna say 2.
Okay.
We should check the watch.
Yep, it's now 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Did Baron buy a second watch?
Baron,
They
did
did
you
not have
attempt to
any.
buy a second watch?
Would I have been able to find one for purchase?
Not readily available. Like, you would have had to try to scour for one. They wouldn't have had it at the general store.
Would it? How much would somebody be willing to part with it for? Or are they not?
It depends on the make that you were to find. Cheaply made one like what Sariel has, probably only like 50 gold pieces. A magic one that was able to not need to be, wound every day, that was reliable, probably upwards of like 350 gold pieces. Yeah.
I'm one gold short.
Of 350?
Sorry, 11. Yeah.
And that's if you were to find one at like a shop that they had available. If you were just trying to like, hey, I see you have a fucking magic watch on you. Can I buy that from you, perchance? If you give me a D100 roll.
Okay. You asked for this. Here comes my big luck.
Nice.
Okay. You know that you and Ogden are close. If you felt that you genuinely needed one, he would probably lend or give you one of his.
Typically, multiple.
Typically, people of business are having them. Someone like you, where before the eternal night, you would just wake up when the sun came up and go about your business, or be out before the sun came up, and that's how you tell your time, by the sun.
Yeah, I still have my dwarven gut to rely on too.
Right, yeah. But typically now that it's eternal night, people of business were the first ones of priority to get these items.
We've got one. We've done well so far. I'll rely on Ogden at a later point.
Okay.
Can I flog the fancy dagger I stole off the drunk?
Why would you flog it?
I mean, do you particularly like it, or did it do something wrong?
I mean, do you even have a whip?
What does it do?
I believe he means sell it.
A flog in our side of the world means to whip or punish.
I know what flogging actually means, but in the UK it also means sell.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
You say pawn.
I appreciate learning those new things. I'll have to keep that in my vocabulary for if I ever play a character of that, anyways.
Good evening, Governor. Like to flog me this dagger.
Is that what Quincy sounds like to you? Jesus.
Can't
You
blame
need
me, governor.
Yeah, you need some work. Anyways.
Always got to be doing hey.
Apparently, Quincy, I'm just no chimney sweep, me. All right, Mary Poppins.
Americans are known for their sensitivity to other cultures. We're famous for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
and
God.
we're great at British accents.
Uh,
I will say mine was as good as Quincy's. So
I'm the lily, I'm the lie, I'm the lily, I'm the lie.
Jesus, you guys. I didn't tell you the cost value of the item when you acquired it, correct?
No.
Okay. Where would you take it? Just back to the general goods place that you've been to a couple times?
Anywhere looks like I can sell it.
Give me a persuasion check. Okay. Knowing that the two at the general goods store kind of down on their luck as it is and probably don't have a lot of cash, you decide to go to the market, knowing that you had seen some wares similar when you were strolling through there before, kind of propped up near one of the small weapons vendors. You see somebody looking and not necessarily finding what they're looking for. As you approach the vendor to attempt to sell the dagger, the person sees what you're trying to sell and immediately shows interest in it. I would really, if you're gonna sell that to them, could I just buy it directly from you? That's a fine dagger. I'd be willing to give you 10 gold for it.
Sure thing.
Takes it and immediately gives you the 10 gold. And then he's just kind of looking at it and really ecstatic, just puts it into his belt, reaches out to shake your hand. Yeah, thank you so much for... That was such an impromptu... I was looking, and as you look over and you can see the shoddy work that they have there, and this dagger is so much more intricate. They wanted to charge me 8 gold pieces for these, and well, I was looking for something a little more higher quality, and this is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you so much.
Anytime, friend. I'm gonna take his hand in both of mine, and if he's got any rings, they are gone.
Okay, yeah, give me a sleight of hand check with advantage because he is distracted by the dagger.
There goes our +2 dagger.
We know it was a +2 dagger.
No. Yeah, there were no rings with any gems on them. There was just one very simple metallic ring.
I won't bother with that.
You won't bother with that? Only flashy stuff?
Oh yeah, something I can sell for good money.
Okay. I mean, it was a precious metal. Like, it wasn't like a steel.
Metal.
It was like a gold or a silver or... It was,
yeah, might as well.
Yeah, it was a gold.
Yeah,
It was a
metal.
gold simple band on a man.
Have I just stolen?
You took his wedding ring.
Yeah. But he is none the wiser, and as you walk away, you can see him just ecstatic about his new find for a much cheaper price than what he probably would have had to pay for something of that quality. But yeah, so you all make your way back to the dog sleds, and you are ready to take off if you wish. All right. Yep, I need everyone to get everyone that is going to ride an animal handling check. Baron with advantage because you've done this before.
Nice.
Okay, Sariel, Whimsy, Quincy, Baron, and... Oh, Baron just rolled twice. Who am I missing? Gat, Sariel, Whimsy, Quincy, Baron. Okay, that's everybody. Yeah, Quincy, yours are having a hard time getting to go. Stepping on the back of the sled and taking the reins and kind of tugging at him a little bit, giving it a little click. They're not seeming to want to kick off. Even the others kind of starting to pull off into the distance. Sariel, even yours take off with a little bit of a jolt, and you have to kind of catch yourself as it was much faster than you originally anticipated. Baron taking off in the front, under control, smooth, kind of being the pace setter. Quincy eventually... Go ahead.
I was gonna, if Quincy's really lagging behind, maybe at some point we'll stop and I'll use speak with animals to give Quincy's dog some pointers on it should be working.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Quincy's tending to start and stop, not necessarily staying. And as you see this, you peel off of the trail and wheel around and come up next to it, and you can see the dogs just kind of fighting amongst each other, like a playful fight, like just excited to be out and about and doing stuff, and coming up, and you grab them each by the side of their ears and look into their eyes and tell them this is important. And, or I mean, what would you tell them?
Yeah,
how would you convince them?
I'm gonna have to split you up if you keep up this these shenanigans.
Speak with animals, does that allow you to listen to them or only to relay the...
I think, yeah.
Comprehend and verbally communicate.
Okay.
I'll have to switch you with Prancer over there, or...
Oh, come on, don't do that! No, we're just having fun. We'll calm down, I swear.
We'll have fun times when we stop.
And it stops for a moment, as it was, excited and thrashing its head around, and its brother just kind of chomping at its neck, and he's like, stop it. And he starts sniffing on you, and, going around to, your pack. Got any treats in there?
Only for the fastest dogs.
Oh, yeah. That's us. We can do it, for sure. Come on, treat us up. We're ready to go.
All right, you get a little taste now, but not too much. Give him a little bit.
Okay, yeah,
I
just
find
a
this
ration.
oddly sexual.
Yeah, just a little ration, right?
Yeah.
Just takes a little nibble and just super excited. And without even waiting, Quincy, as you're kind of watching all of this, give me I don't know, give me a dexterity saving throw. Give me either a dexterity saving throw or an athletics check to see how tightly you're gripping onto the reins.
I got a 22.
Perfect. Yeah, as they get this treat, and you hear them as they're just running off, be like, "We're gonna be the fastest!" And you just jerked back, but you're holding on. You're able to catch your balance, and off they go, jolting around to the side as everyone else was kind of stopped or slowed down, waiting for you to remedy the situation. And they are absolutely booking it.
All right, they're off.
As Quincy zooms past you to thank you.
Oh Oh shoot. Yeah. And all of you are well on your way to Targos, probably a few hours worth of travel on this, knowing that she had an 8-hour advantage on you. As you're getting closer, probably about the halfway point, starting to think, Baron, coming into your mind, trying to figure out whether or not she would have stayed at Targos. She did leave the West Gate, but would she then have gone to Tourmaline or Bremen, or, you know, even gone...
Is there any tracks of her caravan, or
I would say
come across?
Out in the open like this, those tracks where the wind isn't broken up by the large walls of the town, that snow is immediately covering those tracks. Like, the only way that you're able to tell that this is a path is by the wooden stakes that have been placed into the ground with little red flags on the side of it to kind of mark the appropriate travel path. Like, yes, there's snow, but as far as noting whether or not there's any hazards or things underneath of it, it's best if you stay relatively close to these travel markers.
Okay.
A little bit past the halfway point, something that's familiar to you, Baron, as you've traveled this area before, you see a familiar broken down watchtower with a massive ballista atop of it. Some stonework. It's still mostly covered in snow. But who's... I guess Quincy would be in the front now. As you're zipping along the path. Yeah, just cheeks just blowing into the wind. As you're getting close, what's your passive perception? 12?
Just Quincy?
Yeah, he's probably... I guess what would have been your marching order? I guess we'll take it based on the animal handling checks.
But
So-
then Baron turned around. So it would have been...
I would say
I
Quincy's
stopped
in
you
the
all, but-
lead.
Yeah, Quincy's in
Yeah.
the lead, and then it's... I'm just gonna say Baron's probably taking up the back now to make sure that everybody's traveling at a decent pace.
I'd be towards the back because I'm not good at this either.
Yeah, I guess Gat and Whimsy, you guys would probably be up there. Go ahead and give me a passive What's your passive perception?
17.
17? Okay. You are the only one that is not surprised, Gat. The two in front do not catch it as an arrow, not a ballista, but an arrow through the air and comes sailing in your general direction.
Does it appear that they're aiming for us?
You cannot see the wielder of the bow that fired the
I mean,
arrow.
how close was it to hitting us?
I don't know. I'm going to tell you as soon as I roll.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's your AC?
Yeah, a moment here. I gotta pull up the character sheet. This is what I was having to improvise.
Undead Bowman.
They have to roll at disadvantage.
Okay, so they're far away.
There it is. Okay. Quincy, does 15 meet your AC? Or beat
Meets it, yeah.
It meets it? Okay, yeah. So just riding in the front, just jowls a flapping, right? Just going, and Gat, at the last second, you see this arrow arcing through the sky and sinking into Quincy's shoulder. Let me go ahead and roll for this quick damage as this sneak attack. Not actually a sneak attack. You take 8 points of piercing damage from this arrow, and we will go ahead and allow you all to roll initiative, and we will pick up on that next.
I don't have a token on my. On the board.
For Pete's sake. Okay, give me
Just
a second.
go to the character thing and put your token on the board. It takes 2 seconds.
No, I can.
Done.
Oh, I didn't know I could do that.
Oh, no,
You're so smart.
Oh,
Just drag your picture from the
Yeah.
thing to the board. Mhm.
I'm not allowed to.
I'll do it. Give me a second.
A little
Oh,
bit
there
less
we go.
work he has to do because
Uh,
Todd and I took care of it.
Yeah.
I
Since
clicked and dragged the
I
picture and it.
Baron.
I clicked and dragged the picture and
Oh,
it didn't work,
Whimsy.
but when I clicked and dragged the name, that worked.
since I was able to perceive the arrow, can I get a head start and like turn my dog sled in that direction?
To meet it head on.
Yeah, see, like, head in the direction where the arrow came from.
You're more than welcome to, yeah.
Could also just blow past them.
That is also an option. Let me. Okay, I think
They're only
everybody is on there.
836 feet.
That's not accurate. I have a battle map, but I'm not going to switch you over there. But
Until
that
quick
is.
thing.
What about Quincy?
My dex is 18, as I seem to be drawn with one of your guys.
Your initiative says you rolled a 9.
right, he's saying the goblin also rolled a 9, and whoever's dex is higher goes first.
Okay. I didn't even realize that. Your dex is okay. His dex is a 14. So you said yours is an 18. So I'll put you above
Okay.
him.
No dex saving throws.
Got it. Perfect. Alrighty. And that is where we will resume next time.
Did I grow a level?
No, you did not. Quincy, make sure you take that 8 points of piercing damage from that short
Yeah,
bow.
I've done it.
And I've got to go to a meeting, so.
Alrighty.
Till
A
next
meeting in a tank top?
No, I got to shower and stuff, and then
Oh,
take
okay.
off.
All right.
Pretty quickly here.
All right. Sounds good.
Later.
Thanks, guys. I
Good luck.
appreciate it. I'll